Watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So this morning I would like to discuss F-Minus's second album, and this I believe is 2001's Suburban Blight. Now this has upped F-Minus's their game story so considerably that, because I really didn't like the first record. I found it was too loose and it was just too open. And the songs weren't the most memorable, other than really like You Owe Me is the only one that all these years later, well, Party's Over wasn't bad either, but all these years later, You Owe Me is still the only song that I really like off the first record. But this record has changed that. Do not fucking shit on me. There's like so many seagulls here. There's no food. There's like no food, so fuck off. Anyways, yeah. But their sound has tightened, the production has tightened, and the songwriting has gotten catchier. Like there's more of a focus on the sort of like the hook-based choruses, where on tracks like Absolutely, like Jesus Christ, Light at the End, Vultures, fucking See Me Bleed, Still, Fables, it's like I don't know, it's like their songwriting just evolved so considerably from the first record to the second record, because this record I still listen to all the time, and I love the production, and I love how on one hand every single song on here sounds just like every other song on here, but then you could argue that about the first album too, and technically you could argue it about Wake Up Screaming as well, but then you could argue that about every band who has a sound. But what I like about F-Minus is it seems like from record to record, and there's only 3 of them after all, there's such a noticeable shift in like their direction, their lyrics, and how they're phrased, and their how the records are set up, to how they're engineered and how they're produced. It's like the first was really raw, the second was really tight, and the third is like this perfect marriage of both the first and second album, because it's really raw and really rugged, but the songwriting is really tight, and it's like the instrumentation, they're on point. And I mean, Wake Up Screaming is like one of the best punk records I've ever heard. And I know Steve Albini producing that certainly didn't hurt, but nonetheless, this is sort of like, for me, this is the birth of F-Minus. I can appreciate their first album, but this is the record that gets me excited. I love the speed and the ferocity, and I love how like there's no let up. This fucking record just goes from track 1 to I think there's 20 songs on here. Anyways, from track 1 to track end, it just doesn't let up. And it's not like it's trying to bludgeon you to death, because I did find that with the first record. This record, it just feels like it's like an endless bunch of punk rock catchiness that's incredibly fast and aggressive. They've kind of dropped the more thrashy, sort of grindy elements from the first album, so I know that those punk rock purists over at Short, Fast, and Loud probably wouldn't have dug the second record, but I like the second record so much more. It fits in even more so with the Hellcat roster at that point, and the Hellcat sound. First record's sort of like some orphan that just doesn't belong. So, yeah, look, I'm gonna go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discussed F-Minus's absolutely fucking killer second record, and that is Suburban Blight. Like always, if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody, but please, most importantly, do not forget that the world is a better place because you are in it. I'm gonna go. Have a good morning. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button, because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.